This isn't looking that good, to be fair.
It looks a bit stiff.
It
Maybe
looks
we're lacking a bit of water.
Yeah, I think. Should you add water to this? Amy, how are we doing?
Did you put the wholemeal flour in it?
Have I not meant to put that in?
It's meant to put plain flour in it.
Where's that gone? Oh no. Is that
Which one are we supposed to put?
the plain one? Does that make a massive difference?
You had one job, Ross.
What went wrong? I mean, look, in every episode so far, Ross has made a mistake. Do you want to tell people what we're doing today?
Yeah, it's time to live up to a name. We are going to bake some banana bread and do some white chocolate pistachio cookies.
Do you cook at home? Are you much of a cooker?
I was going to say, the only time I use scales in cooking is doing the odd meal prep.
Oh, really?
When I dial in for about 3 days, but to be honest, I prefer just to try and eat clean intuitively, that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like if I try and over-prepare, do all prep and shit, the wheels just fall off the wagon.
But you seem to like your pastries, weirdly enough, because like when we were on tour in South America, you actually just like quite loved the pastries.
Well, that was actually almost a year ago, you know?
Yeah, how weird's that?
Because that was before I did Manchester Marathon. I've cut them down a bit, but I definitely am a sucker for a pastry.
Yeah, because like every time we seemed to speak when we were away, you were just chatting pastry, good chat. But then you've got this baker's dozen thing, which I didn't know if you were starting a cooking show as well. I was like, oh shit, we've got too many DJs doing cooking shows.
So you actually spoke to me saying you were looking on doing a cooking show in a bakery.
Yeah.
I can't remember when we were talking. I'd already got this baker's dozen concept like design started.
Yeah.
There was no intention of doing any baking whatsoever. It started off as an idea to be able to do some parties which are not you and me, not hide and seek, but kind of an extension of my personal brand. I said to Kurt, I was like, you know what would be a sick name, Baker's Dozen, but it's too obvious. He said, that's the name, like that's sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, is it not too obvious, like too cliche or whatever? He was like, no, I think it's cool. And it started off as an idea to do some pop-up parties.
Yeah.
I ended up getting the logo made and then ordered some merch, just kind of, messed around the internet, found a site. And then I decided to do a run club and I was like, why not just do it under Baker's Dozen?
Yeah.
Before I did the pop-up party. So kind of, long story short, fast forward to today, it just started off as something which was an idea to do parties. And it's made sense just to do that as a brand for like run clubs, pop-up parties, my label.
Well, that's what works as well. Then you've got the label that's come off it as well.
Exactly. Well, it's a label. It's like, what should we call the label? Because I wanted to do a singles thing this year.
Yeah.
And I just thought, why not just do that as Baker's Dozen? So for those that are wondering, that people keep asking me, what actually is it? It's just an extension of Josh Baker with all things kind of parties, music, running, and just I don't know what the word is, but yeah, just a brand which is going to have the label, do some events, do some cool shit, merch.
Yeah, I think you find that as an artist because like you start your brand, so like say you start, I've got Homegrown, you got me, you and me, but then like you find that like okay, you actually need your own stamp on something as well, like something away from just like a brand that's going to become its own entity, right?
You don't want it to be too serious, right? Because like you and me and Heinz Sleek, like they're very polished and it's kind of a bit more traditional in the sense of how we built it, whereas Baker's Dozen, I'm just kind of giving it complete freedom to see what happens.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing for it. But you had a pop-up at the weekend, right?
We did. So we had the first release last Friday, which was Back It Up. We wanted to do a party around it. The idea is that we take over bakeries, and it was 6. We did 3,500 sign-ups. Yeah. Then I had to whittle that down to, I think, 250 people. Free booze, free pastries, and I think you'll agree, like they're the best kind of ones.
Yeah, 100%. Like I find those events like, hate to say it, but like they're more enjoyable sometimes than the bigger events.
It's just fun, because right? There's no pressure. I mean, there is actually pressure. I'm lying. There's actually more pressure.
I get more nervous to DJ those ones just because everyone's right in front of you, and like to make people start going off in like a bakery or a pub or something like that. I find it's like it can become more difficult.
Tough. Everyone was like stood like this far away from me at the start.
Yeah, it feels like a year 6 disco, and no one like can dare to dance again. So now you're going to start touring like pop-ups and stuff like that.
I don't know. We're doing one in Miami actually. Just coincidentally that like it fell so soon.
Yeah. Where are you doing it in Miami?
It's in like this bakery wash-up thing, so it's a much more unique location.
Okay, sick.
On Thursday afternoon. So we're doing that one, just kind of, I don't want to start doing too frequently because then it's like you're milking it. But, Music Week's kind of a big thing, so we thought we'll do one there. Yeah. I'm doing it with my friend Jordan Welch, who's a YouTuber, business owner.
Yeah, I've seen you.
You might have met before, he's always at the parties and that, so he's going to play before me, and this place is really sick, so we thought, let's just fucking do it.
Yeah. Where are you playing in Miami? So you've got
Thursday factory time before you.
nice. Oh yeah, factory that would be good. Have you played factory? Oh yeah, you have.
Yeah, a couple of times now. So no doubt you'll be cranking the speakers up after I finish.
I remember I did. I
was going to say that
was Mint, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember I came on after Josh at Mint Warehouse. And yeah, just typical style, just came on after him and I absolutely whacked up the volume. And Josh has never let me forget
Rossi's
about it.
signature move, that. Since the first day I met him, I'll never forget him, the guy that fucking puts it in the reds.
You know, look, let everyone see what you like. Let everyone hear what you did, man. I mean, it's landed me all right. So
I do the if you're not redlining, you're not headlining.
There you go.
Rossi takes it to another level. He makes it sure everyone knows.
Look, there you go, man. Look, you've learned it now.
I've
You're headlining
learned
4,000 capacity venues, mate. So maybe I taught you a thing or two.
Yeah, there was in South America last year. What we're talking for is we played we're in Brazil, Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
And Ross played after me there. And he came and turned it up, obviously. I went to him, got earplugs in. It was that fucking loud in the booth. Honestly, that was one of the loudest I've ever felt the music. I had earplugs, luckily.
Yeah.
Didn't even touch the sides for him.
It's gone all right, mate. Look, I'm my ears are brave. I've obviously.
We've expertly chopped up some. Are they pistachios or almonds?
No, these. Wait, Amy, these pecans. Yeah. These, because the pistachios are going into the cookies.
Okay, guys. Pecans. I've had these before.
Yeah.
But
What I've done, I've mashed up some bananas and some eggs, and what we're going to add to that is some natural yogurt. We're going to add the sugar and the flour together, and then we're going to mix it all up, and that will be the main ingredients for the bake. So speaking of redlining, headlining, and Josh is notably remembering how I didn't used to wear earplugs. We are sponsored by Loop earplugs, and obviously great company. I've obviously needed them because I turn up the decks a lot. Do you wear earplugs religiously now?
I try to. It takes some get used to, but if you're watching this and you don't, you should definitely do it at least every now and then, even just like wearing them, going into the club. That's what I'll always do, walking in, and even if I take off when I play, that all accumulates if you're playing 2-3 times a week.
Yeah, I'm like, my ears are tired of this year, I think. So these have been coming in handy. But yeah, we're giving these to you as a gift. Everyone comes on.
Thank you very much,
keep
mate.
those. Hopefully you get to use them. Cheers.
Before you, I'll keep them
Yeah,
on.
before keep them on, definitely. If you're after me. You've just done a marathon. It was your best time.
Yeah.
Did you train for it?
I did train for it. Like for most people standards, I trained for it. For like a marathon training standard, not really.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to be like, I didn't even train for it and got a 3:13. Because the impressive bit is actually training, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ran well. I think it's like a good example. If you train all year consistently, even if you don't try and like redline it every single week, it all accumulates. So we're sieving it now to take out any lumps, make sure it's a smooth texture.
Go on, you can give it a bit more of a sieve.
Oh shit, yeah.
Put a bit in there. Go on, there you go, go on. Do you actually try eat healthy, or are you just like, you run so much that it doesn't really matter?
No, I do eat pretty clean. Every day I have pretty much the same breakfast.
Yeah.
2 eggs, some bacon medallions, avocado, some sourdough.
Yeah.
Skier bowls.
I think put it down and give it a tap. It's probably a better.
This is dodgy sieve, this guys.
Yeah. Do you want me? Maybe we just use. Yeah, that's your better. What's your last meal on earth?
Ooh, probably a Nando's.
Just plugging it.
Yeah. No, maybe a good old fillet steak, some chips, peppercorn sauce, sticky toffee pudding.
Yeah. Drink.
Can't go wrong with that. Drink. What to go for?
Mine's just a Diet Coke.
I was gonna say maybe just
like,
an ice
because
cold Coke Zero.
I don't like alcohol with a meal. Unless it's a glass of wine.
Maybe a proper full fat Coke I treat myself to.
Yeah.
So what would your last meal be on death row?
My last meal, I think recently I've thought that I would love for a starter the best spag bowl you could ever have, even though
starter?
Yeah, because it's my last meal on earth. I don't give a shit. I'll have a spag bowl to start, and then I love ribs. Like, ribs are just my favourite. I like melt off the bone, melt in your mouth ribs with like triple cooked chips, coleslaw, a side of like maybe chicken tail. I've thought about this a lot.
I reckon you'll be too full off the spag bowl, mate.
I do. The problem is with
great.
me, mate, I do eat a lot. Right, we've got to whisk this all up.
Go on, let me see your skills of the whisk.
All right, let's give it a go.
How many cookies are we making out of this?
This is the banana bread, so we're gonna make 1 loaf of banana bread out of this. Yeah, so we need a teaspoon of this and a teaspoon of that.
How the fuck do I open this?
Oh, we'll give it a go.
So a teaspoon, yeah?
Yeah, teaspoon, chuck it in there. There you go. And then one of those.
That's good.
So we're doing all right.
Where are the bananas at?
They're in there.
Ah, did you do the
Yeah,
bananas?
I mashed the banana. So I mashed up the bananas. I put them with the eggs. You can just add a bit of two of those. That's cinnamon.
It's looking good. Looks about with a bit of that in.
Yeah, we look all right. I think it smells good. Give that a whiff.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing all
That's
right.
the banana, eh?
I think that's. Do you think that's good enough?
Yeah, yeah.
In your book. All right.
Smells good.
We'll give it a pour in here. Right, ready?
Yeah, got it, bro.
Oh wait, let's use the pour inside.
That would help.
There we go. Oh, we're looking all right.
And how long is this in the oven?
This goes in for an hour. So then we do the cookies after that. So we're gonna put this in for about an hour. It's on like a 160 heat at the moment. We'll see how it comes out. I feel like this is gonna be pretty good.
It looks tasty.
I think you've done well. Jokes. Yeah, so we're gonna be playing back with Jamie Jones on the island.
I know, wild. That is probably the most, I mean, it probably used surreal a lot, but like playing with him is literally surreal, right? To think of like when we first connected, maybe like 6-7 years ago, if someone said, right, you'll be playing back top with Jamie Jones in universe, brand new club, massive room for paradise, I think we'd have been like, yeah, right. It's definitely one of the, like the best, like probably the proudest things to like be able to present to the world. So by the time you're watching this, guys, it should be announced.
So speaking of festivals, hide and seek. So this year, you've announced you're playing back-to-back with Prosper, right?
That is correct.
What can people expect different, or what can people expect of this year's hide and seek? Like, is it any bigger? What sort's the?
So we're not increasing capacity, which I'm sure viewers will be happy to know. Like we're not trying to just grow some monster really quickly. We're trying to do it, progressively and stay true to what we believe is a great party. And with Prosper, it's gonna be very different for me this year. The music we're making, we're working with a lot of musicians, vocalists, etc.
Yeah.
So if I could summarize it in a short sentence, it would be putting on more of a show.
Yeah.
We're gonna make music especially for it. Bigger room vibes. Also, we're closing.
Okay, cool.
It'll be the first time I've closed the festival as well.
Oh yeah.
So it feels like quite a moment to build something yourself, and then this year, like I'm the headliner, so it's kind of fucking wild.
That must be a surreal thing for
Wild.
you, because
It's
like
like
how you've started it off compared to now.
Yeah, I mean it's 10 minutes from where I live. My mum found the site. Like the whole thing's just kind of fucking surreal to then think that I've now managed to become the headliner of the thing. And
so hide and seek, you obviously don't run it all yourself because that'd be a massive task. Who do you run it with, and what's the team?
Yeah, so it's the guys behind you and me. So me, Dan, Dash, and then Kurt, who is also my manager and was my agent before joining Wasserman. So yeah, quite a small team, but nice and tight.
Your relationship with Kurt, how valuable do you find that? Like, I think it's so interesting that people don't see like.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, like it feels like a 1 in a million chance that we've met someone the same. We think the same. We've got the same outlook on life, the same work ethic.
Yeah.
And yeah, like we've got our best interests at heart, both of us. We trust each other, like more than anyone in the world. It's crazy. And yeah, he's just enabled us both to do crazy stuff, because like with my DJ career, it's enabled like you and me to grow loads, High Teens to grow loads. We've now got like artists that we help manage, things like that. And then he's always there to help me with any decisions, things like that.
What do you think it's like? What do you think makes someone a good manager? Like to you, I think it's different.
It's so
DJ
unique.
to DJ, but like,
so
why do you
unique.
think Kurt's like helped you so much? Like what?
I think with him, we're very honest with each other.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot. Like he's not afraid to tell me what he thinks. If he thinks I'm wrong, he has my best interest at heart, which makes him a great manager. Like for me personally.
Yeah.
And I think because we've got you and me in hide and seek, like we've got so much kind of things that glue us together that we know that like ultimately, say he says something which I disagree with to begin with, and I step back, I'm like, well, it's in his best interest, right? Because like it's going to affect everything.
Butter, if you could put in 164 grams.
Like watching this, guys. So this is 250 grams. So that's 125 grams. We need to do 160. So I'm gonna go about there.
Cool. Let's see if you nail it.
Wasn't far off, guys.
You weren't far off. Well
10
done.
grams out.
I can't remember the first time I actually did meet you. I remember meeting you at 93 Feet East when I played before you, but you definitely had no idea who I was. But this was your blonde hair phase.
That was when I played for Appetite. That was a really good show. That was Ron Obvious, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a really good
I
party.
think that's the first time we actually met. But like connecting wise, I think Sympho was actually the first time we properly connected.
Well, we did the podcast together. I think you played after me at Locust once, but was that after?
No, I'm sure Sympho was our first, because it was lockdown.
Yeah, was that that was after COVID, wasn't it? Yeah.
I just started touring just before lockdown came, and then like it all got a bit mad, and then it slowed down the career. But I'm happy it happened. But I think we first connected through Sympho, really.
Yeah, those podcasts that we did a couple, didn't we?
Yeah, but like what Sympho was then, did you start it just as a podcast, or was it?
Nah, so back then, like it was kind of like what we did was more of a podcast style. Like I kind of changed that name to Josh Baker Podcast in the end. That was just something I started to do online, but the Syntho was just one day. I was doing a lot of online lessons during that time, and I started to realise like I'm telling everyone the same thing here. Yeah. And then I just toyed with the idea of making some videos, and back then like no one was really doing videos. It was still pretty new. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a pioneer doing videos by any means, but back then, like, it wasn't really normalised that DJs would be jumping on the camera.
I'll give you one of these, it's going to make it easier now.
Yeah, so I ended up doing some tutorials, built this website, subscription thing. Yeah. And yeah, man, like, had a great launch, just took on a CEO, got a team of like 15 people.
Yeah, so talk to me about that. So like, now you've got to a point where you've taken on a CEO. Like, how does that work? Like,
so basically,
what's the decision behind it?
I'm just touring too much now, and like, I don't want to be the blocker in this business. Like, this business has got potential to become something. Well, it already is a really big business, but I know the kind of problem with solving of helping people learn from artists that they love, and being able to build a career in electronic music. Like, the opportunity is obviously big, and I don't want to be the person who kind of is the bottleneck to that. So I was looking for someone for a long time to join the team, and in the end I've taken on someone who I connected with a few years ago. She's actually an exited founder to SoundCloud, so she's already sold a business to SoundCloud before.
Oh, mad.
So like, if there's someone well positioned to help scale the business, it's not even scaling it really, it's more just building something which can run itself without me coming back from touring after 4 gigs in a week, head busted, and people are asking me questions about that kind of stuff, and like, it's just being realistic. But yeah, it's been a crazy ride, to be honest. Yeah. If like with most things that have gone on for both of us, if someone had said 4 years ago to record my first video, you'd hire a CEO, you'd have a team of like 15 people, you'd have built an app, I probably would be like, looking forward, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, I've got no clue what could happen next year, the year after that.
But that's the beauty of it. Like, it's just like you keep building on the stage that you're at and see where you go from there.
Yeah.
Give it a proper.
One foot in front of the other is what I give everyone advice for, whether it's running, making music, like a diet, like, you just got to take baby steps. And I think a problem a lot of people make is you try and make this master plan of like where I'm going to be this time next year, or this, just like get one week under your belt.
My next question for you, while we do this, what's your take on the scene? As in, like, do you have it could be a controversial opinion. Like, I recently keep thinking about like age things at parties. Like at the moment, like we've just been debating on and off. Okay, do you do 18 plus, 21s? Like, what's my
so one thing I'm noticing a lot at the moment is I don't want to bring attention to it. It's just the negativity online.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to kind of mention it because then more people do it, but I think if you go around life looking for the negative anything, you're going to find it. Yeah. If you want it to be, you can always find a reason for a party not to be good. Yeah. Whether it's too busy, someone's dancing, someone's on the phone. Yeah. It was too loud, it was too quiet, the queues are too big. I think that mindset in anything in life is just not the way to go around it. And I think I've probably been guilty in the past, in your early 20s, and it's almost like cool to just dislike things, to be against the grain. And that's probably my opinion at the moment, that more people should just, celebrate things and find the good in it. And
I agree with you.
If you didn't go to a party, there's no need to chip in online saying like, oh, okay, yeah, look, it looks shit or whatever, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Mate, it's actually looking like a bit. Mate, look at this.
It's like the one I made last week.
Yeah. For 2 DJs.
Smashing it, bro.
And the guy whose name is Baker, I think we're doing okay. So I'll chuck this in now.
Chuck that in?
Yeah, you chuck that in.
So bicarbonate soda, why do you put that in, mate?
It actually helps it raise. So that's where you get the lift on your cookie. From all those cookies I've made in my life. That's the practice I've had. This isn't looking that good, to be fair.
It looks a bit stiff. Maybe we're lacking a bit of water.
Yeah, I think. Should you add water to this? Amy, how are we doing?
Did you put the whole milk flour in?
Have I not meant to put that in?
It's meant to be plain flour in it.
Where's that gone? Oh no.
It wasn't me,
Well,
guys.
they're gonna be whole milk cookies.
Yeah.
Is that
Wait, hold on, which one were you supposed to put?
the plain one? Does that make a massive difference?
Let's just see how it goes.
We can just redo it. It was just eggs and butter.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah.
Just healthier.
Okay.
We'll be
yeah.
sweet with that.
Yeah, it's healthier. We're fine. Okay.
You had one job, Ross.
What went wrong? I mean, look, in every episode so far, Ross has made a mistake. And the last one with Archie, I added way too much salt. This one, instead of adding plain flour, I added whole grain flour, but it's just made it a little bit healthier. I think it's going to be all right.
They'll be sweet, mate. Just got to put more sugar in, if anything.
Okay, maybe just whack a couple of these. Yeah, that section on, leave that section, and we'll add it in. I think these are looking rather nice actually now. I nearly sabotaged the dish again, but it actually looks like it's turned out better, and they're probably healthier cookies. We've added whole grain flour, accidentally, pistachio nuts, white chocolate, lots of sugar, lots of butter, a bit of vanilla extract. We can add cinnamon to this as well, or do you want to keep them out of it?
From experience, I'd say let's add some.
Oh yeah, that would be the slow-mo shot. Okay, so we're gonna roll up these. Let's give it a go. How big do you want these cookies, Josh? What do you reckon?
I think the middle, not too flat and not too wide. Just like, I reckon maybe fist like that size.
Right, that's where we're going.
Yeah, that'll look good, bro.
Yeah? All right, you give one a go then. That's the benchmark.
Now I've got to do some shit.
Yeah, this is the first time you've actually had to cook so far and not measure something out. What do you not like getting your hands dirty?
I'm just not, yeah, it's a bit soggy for me.
While we're doing this then, you obviously had a massive year last year. It was like quite monumental how amazing it all went. But what do you think you would take from last year and would you do things differently this year?
Oh.
Differently, or like what have you learned, things like that?
Honestly, mate, I think going back to what we were saying before about not looking too far ahead, I think also not dwelling on the past, I probably wouldn't do anything differently. Maybe if I had to do anything, maybe be a bit more balanced, but like, then the flip side, my probably advice for anyone watching this, if you want to do some epic shit, don't even think about the word balance.
Yeah. I think especially, I found that
Bro, I'm fucking this up. I'm absolutely making a mess of
like,
this.
just get it to the point where it's like
Mate, it's sticking together, man. I've had an absolute nightmare. Really.
Right, look, let's do this.
I think I left my hands too long, didn't I?
Yeah, if you leave it in your hands too long, if you give it like literal quick one, bang, pop it on. Do you want me to grab that?
Go for it.
Let me give that. Go on. If you pick up the flour, it doesn't matter if that's dirty. Put a bit of flour in your hands.
Oh, fuck's sake.
How do you look for music for your label, or do you have a specific like route, or just anywhere?
Mostly just SoundCloud. I have a bit of a belief that things will just find me, you know, through the grapevine and whatnot. Not really kind of too systematic with the process. You know, meet the odd person in the club. Yeah. But usually people are sending me good shit every week, and I'll just start playing it. And if it's good, then I'll say let's build an EP around it.
Have you ever used TrackStack?
I have, but not consistently.
Yeah, so like TrackStack are one of our sponsors. I've started doing a monthly drop where people can drop me tunes to my TrackStack on a Monday of the first month, and then I'll listen to them those next 2 days, and that's the only time I will listen to them, because sometimes when you're just like getting fed so much stuff, your emails get so clogged up. So like with TrackStack, I just find it's easier where I can start like defining, okay, I can tell people straight away, okay, that's a no, that's going to be listened to for the label, that's just going to be something I play in the club. And I can start separating between it. In an honest answer, out of every, like, how many tracks would you say you've listened to on whatever platform, email, TrackStack, SoundCloud, is the one you would consider good enough to play out? Is the one I consider good enough to play out? So how many do you have to go through, would you say, on average, to find one you believe to your taste? Because it's obviously tracks can't be good or bad. I think, to your taste. Honestly, it's like one in every at least 30 to 40 tracks. I would say so. Yeah, maybe even more at times. Like, you could be sat there for hours. But I just have a pocket of artists now that usually I know are the ones that send me music that I like. It's good because I feel like I've got that as well. But then it's like you always want to find the new one, right? Yeah. I always sometimes think like, oh, what if you don't find any new artists, you know, for like a year? Because it's not in our, like, the power is not actually in our hands. Yeah. You know, to get this like next batch of artists coming through. Yeah. It's the big reveal, guys. The big reveal of the Milano bread. Ooh. That looks proper. I think that looks all right. So apparently what you do is put a knife in it, and if it's got all goo in it, it's obviously not cooked. If anything sticks.
We could be on air. This could be a masterclass.
I think that's
this
really
could be
good.
a masterclass, bro.
Wow, well done. I'm actually really impressed there. Right, we'll get it out, give it a bit of a chop, or should we just let's put it as a loaf first? Cool. Oh, that's all right. It does move, this thing. Right, ready? Oh, we're all right.
This is the real deal.
I think that is Dickinson's real deal.
Masterclass.
That is a loaf. So, tell us about your release plan for this year.
Okay, so we just put out Back It Up, which is actually in the UK top 100.
No fucking
Yeah, 81.
That's amazing.
I know, mental, bro. So anyway, that's the first release of the year. Then I've got one called Leave a Message, which is going to be next.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure on like the cadence of my releases this year, whether it's going to be like one a month, one every 2 months. I'm not too sure. I'm going to see how Back It Up goes.
Yeah.
And then I will do an EP on You and Me this year, something a bit more headsy.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of like single style tracks, you know, like big vocals and stuff. So
So we've got a few back-to-backs this year.
let's start with Awakenings.
Awakenings.
What are you thinking? When I say Awakenings, what comes to your mind?
Deeper, like always. Like the Awakenings Festival is like iconic,
Yeah.
like for like of festivals, and I feel like we can
Faster, I think faster,
Yeah.
harder. I think a bit techno-y.
Yeah, I'd like to go that
I think
way.
we should try and put our own spin on it.
Yeah.
Like,
I also think we should do things that like, okay, people are going to expect us to play certain tunes, but like, I think now we've got more than enough back-to-backs. It's about like being creative in that back-to-back. Because like we have a style when we play together, do you know what I mean?
I think we should that one try and play a bit harder. Then we're playing before Ricardo and Luciano at Pyramid. I think that we should try and play proper Amnesia, old school.
Yeah.
And we should record them all. That'd be cool as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and almost like not playing the ones that everyone expects.
That one's going to be iconic.
That will be insane.
And
That's
we're going from Fuse to there.
Yeah, that one's wild.
That'll be one of my first jets.
And we've got Jamie Jones back.
Yeah, and we've got Jamie Jones back.
How can we forget? Sorry,
We're doing
Jamie.
so many. I think they are. Let me give them a poke. But I think, okay, they're looking better now. They just are very soft still. They look really good. I think in 10 minutes they're going to be fine. Oh, it's nice.
Wow, I need to get a picture on there, but
That is a weighty bit of bread there. Look at that. Little brick there.
bit of lighting over there. That's it. That's the money shot. That looks real.
It's proper, isn't it? Okay. Oh.
A work of art.
It looks really good.
Right, should I cut the slices for each other?
Yeah, go and cut the slices. Oh, go on, I love this. You've done really well. Cool, it's proper. Well done.
I'm not saying I'm a man of many talents, guys, but this banana bread looks fucking good.
Looks really good.
I'm not even joking. This feels like a proper banana.
Right, we've got. I want the Josh Baker honesty. Are we gonna
Right,
go with that?
I'll be for real with you.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Oh, look at the steam. There you go.
It's probably a bit hot. We probably should let it cool down, but I'm not even joking. It's unreal.
Really, really good.
I think it's a bit banana-y, bro. I think there's a tiny bit too much banana in it.
I put 300 grams in. That's what it said. It's actually really good banana bread. I think for me, I'd like it a little bit sweeter.
Yeah. I think potentially the banana's overpowering the 3,000 grams of sugar we put in.
What would you give this out of 10?
You know what? Because we made it, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's a solid 8 out of 10. I'd buy that from a shop and actually go, yeah, that was quite nice. I think they look like proper cookies. I can see a pistachio coming out of them as well.
I'm not saying we're pros, but if we pull off the cookies and the banana bread,
Yeah.
we may be looking for new career paths.
Yeah, I think we should just be chefs. Look at that. Pistachio coming out of it nicely. I think they're going to crisp up well. They do look a bit oddly shaped, but they are just really soft.
Should we just grab each side of that?
Yeah.
Keep it on this.
It's really
I'm going
hot.
to grab that side.
Let me get. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Whoa. Oh, wow. Okay, that one's fallen. I like the look of this one.
That was good. Just slightly off shape, but
Slightly off shape. So, cookie, taste test. What's your predictions?
I'm thinking slightly overcooked maybe, but I think the goo will come through in the middle.
We're going to do a crisp test, sort of,
Yeah.
and a taste test. I don't think they're going to be very crispy. What one do you want to go for?
I'm gonna go for this left one. You had your eyes on that, didn't you?
Well, this looked like your one.
Right, I'll have this one. I mean, that one is actually mine. That one's yours.
Yeah, go
I
on.
think the burnt one's yours.
Oh, yeah, cheers.
Right.
Oh.
It's not a great
Oh,
start,
it's
is
not
it?
a great start. Sorry, just... Oh, it looks
It's not bad.
It looks not bad. It's nice and soft. A little bit more
Should
like
I buy
cake.
it or wait for you?
Maybe, I'm going to go for this one, actually. See, that's got a nice ASMR noise.
You know what? It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal.
Wait, listen for the crisp. Oh, a bit burnt.
I'm not even biased. No, I am. This is unreal. You know what? The pistachio's coming through. The white chocolate's coming through. It's got a bit of moisture in it.
I'm going for this middle bit now.
The crumbs are looking good. No crumbs going up.
Oh, that's really good.
Good.
It's like, you can feel proper sweetness. You can get the pistachio.
The white chocolate is
white chocolate
with the
comes through
pistachio is
really
good.
nicely. And it actually is a good crunch to like goo in the middle.
Professionals, bro.
The white chocolate is really good. Well, it's in your name, so
You expect me to be decent.
congratulations, you're officially a baker.
I've made it, guys.
I'm Rossi,
I'm Josh Baker.
and this is Homecooked.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, mate.